What got me into music? I really wasn't into music like that. I started playing when I was 12, and my mama wanted to join a church, so the pastor's son started teaching me how to play the drums. My biggest gospel influences are John P. Key and Fred Hammond. Fred, I know he has a contemporary style, but I like the words that he put with the music to encourage the people. John P. Key, because he's very old school to a certain degree.
What was the best piece of advice you ever received from Pastor Taylor?
Just taught me how to be myself. Let God use you. That's really about it. Just enjoy playing. Don't play for show. Just stay humble and stay obedient.
What first got me into gospel music was when my mom found out she was pregnant with me. This maternity thing, the doctor said get some headphones and place them on the stomach type ordeal situation. I don't know what that means. But the person she played was Fred Hammond and Radical for Christ. So my biggest gospel music influence, sorry I gotta say it, Fred Hammond again. Fred Hammond has this unique style of contemporary gospel music mixed in with old school, and he's able to learn how to adapt to the culture of where gospel music is going now. He has music that transcends time. Originally, my first instrument, I started off playing drums, as many can remember. When I was knee-high to a grasshopper, I would play on a wooden stool. I remember that stool like I remember that little wooden stool that had the green legs on them. It would be a snare drum by itself that I would play on, which I still have. Now for the last 3.5 years, I've been playing keys, and Pastor Taylor has been my teacher in playing keys for the past 3.5 years. The best piece of advice that Pastor has ever given me, one time we were talking, he said to me, sometimes when you don't know what to say to God in prayer, because you have a gift of music, play and let God minister to you. Elder has influenced me by when I was younger. I remember Elder would drive his 18-wheelers during the week, and he would come in tired off the road, whether it be a Sunday morning or whether it would be through Freedom Friday night service. He would be tired, but he would literally come from parking his truck in the back, we call it the yard, and he would go to his office, change, and then he would come out, get on the keys, and we would go through the whole service. And that showed me, and that really spoke volume, that no matter how you may feel in your body, as long as you take care of God's business, God will take care of you.
The first thing that got me into gospel music was when I was stuck in my room with COVID-19, and God gave me the gift to play the organ. Well, one of my first is Keith Wonderboy Johnson. My second is Rance Allen. My third is John P. Key. And the reason why is because I like old school sounds. I like the power that God had in those songs that got people delivered and set free. My goals are to keep practicing and getting better and better until I reach the point that God wants me to get to. And also, I want to keep my hands clean and have a pure and sanctified life. The first thing he taught me was to obey my parents. And he also taught me that it's not just enough to tell other people stuff if you don't do it your own self. So he taught me to lead by example.
What first got me into gospel music, well, I really was never into any other type of music, for real. And I grew up in the church, so gospel is my foundation to all my music. Well, the only music I listen to is gospel music, so nothing really got me into gospel music. I just love gospel music. My biggest gospel music influence, I would have to say, is Bishop Ronald A. Brown. I love all old school church music, but his songs, my granddad sings a lot of his songs, so I really grew up listening to most of his songs and learning most of his songs in church. My goals when it comes to playing, is to make sure God gets glorified. Pastor Taylor has taught me, no matter what goes on in my life, to keep going and keep my faith strong. Pastor Taylor has a sound that is not like any other sound. And the fact that his sound is different, it encourages me a lot.